It is an incredible honor to be here at the place of the Transfiguration. Here, he unveiled all of the mystery. If Christ was only divine, he couldn't really heal us or redeem us in our human suffering. But if he's only human, he doesn't have the power to save us. So here we've been shown the true answer to who is Jesus.
This is Mount Tabor, the site of the Transfiguration of Jesus Christ, according to scripture and tradition. As Jesus once climbed the slope and revealed his glory to the apostles Saints Peter, James, and John, pilgrims who ascend the mountain today are also given a glimpse of the mystery that took place here through his church.
You see on one side Moses, you see on the other side Elijah, but in the center is Christ.
This scene happens shortly after chapter 16 of the Gospel of Matthew, when Jesus asks, "Whom do men say that the Son of Man is?" The juxtaposition is no coincidence.
When we look at who Jesus said, "Who am I?" They first answered, John the Baptist. Then they said, well, some say Elijah. Well, now we know that he's greater than Elijah, because Elijah is just the herald, the announcing of who Christ is. But then also they say, one of the prophets. So we have Elijah as the prophet. We have Moses bringing the law. But here's what's interesting. When Christ was declared by Peter as being, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," he declared that before the Transfiguration. So the Transfiguration is not what is bringing faith to the apostles, it is confirming their faith. Jesus had to be inspired that he's finally getting through to at least Peter. And so this beautiful getting the revelation of who Christ is an inspiration for us today, that we know who this man who we're following is truly the Son of God.
Father Chris Alar frequently serves as a chaplain for Catholic pilgrimage groups, is a TV host, and is author of the book Understanding Divine Mercy. Together with Yaqub Khaled from Nativity Pilgrimage and two local guides, George and Tony, they are making a journey through the sites where Jesus walked, using local knowledge and archaeological evidence to guide their steps, beginning at Mount Tabor.
But why do some of the Protestants, they view Mount Hermon as the place? You made a good connection between why they see Mount Hermon and we view Mount Tabor.
Of course, Mount Tabor, the historian of the church, Eusebius, who wrote a very important book. Without that book, we could never be here. It's called the Onomasticon. And he knew lots of things that tell us Transfiguration is the site where things happen.
On Mount Tabor.
On Mount Tabor, because there's a very important thing that we need to understand when we talk about archaeology and when we talk about the Bible. That one sentence, we have to keep it in mind. If archaeology is facts, the Bible is the truth. Mm-hmm. So through archaeology, we know that a staircase ran exactly from there, just under that rail in the 4th century AD, ran exactly below us and led us exactly to the place where the altar is, where he transfigured, where he stood, and the disciples were around him, and next to him were Elijah and Moses.
Tony, what do you teach your people when you come here?
When I come over here with my people, I tell them this is one of the most important affirmation that this is God on earth. And the reason behind it, when you look at the whole event, first of all, in the ancient Aramaic traditions, when you need to do any kind of move or sail or anything, you always wanted 3 witnesses. 3 witnesses to affirm. Even till today, when you do any kind of thing, you have to get 3 people to witness on it. And he came up with the 3 witnesses. But then remember, those 3 witnesses were Jews. They were Jews who knew the Old Testament, law and prophets, who knew what was given to Moses and what was predicted by Elijah. And then when I arrive over here, Jesus shines up. And then they see these 2 coming down, affirming, standing here, looking at the prophecies, looking at the law coming to life. Yeah. And then to confirm all of that, the Father himself affirms to them, "This is my beloved Son,